In today's video, I'll be talking about Applebee's. Applebee's was founded in 1980 by Bill and T.J. Palmer. Their vision was to offer a neighborhood bar and grill as well as a pub feel theme to it to the customers, as well as a friendly atmosphere with a lower price for families to eat at. They came up with 3 names, but Applebee's was the fitting name. Applebee, which was already in operation as another restaurant, so they couldn't take up that name. Applebee, which would have been Apple with BY instead of Applebee's. They also had the consideration of naming the restaurant Cinnamons or Peppers, but they ultimately came up with the name Applebee's as the last choice for the restaurant, which is fitting because who would go to a restaurant called Cinnamons? I mean Cinnabon, but Applebee's sounds better. Sounds like a better place to go to than a restaurant called Cinnamons. The first location was located in Atlanta, Georgia. The first location was called TJ's Applebee's RX, which was edibles and elixirs. They would open up a second location just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. In 1983, they sold the company to W.R. Grace and Company. Bill Palmer would head the company as president and expand the company to franchising. Bill would become a Applebee's franchisee in 1985. In 1986, the concept was renamed Applebee's Neighborhood Bar and Grill. In 1988, it became Applebee's International Inc. This was because Abe Gustin and John Harma bought the chain. 2 franchisees bought the chain from the W.R. Grace and Company. By 1989, they grew to 100 stores by having their 100th store open in Nashville, Tennessee. By the early 1990s, they became the largest sit-down restaurant in America, and they started to trade publicly in 1991. In 1998, they opened up their 1,000th store. In 2007, IHOP Corporation bought Applebee's for $2.1 billion. This transaction was final by July of 2007. After that, IHOP Corporation was renamed. The company was called Dine & Quinity. At that time, the combined companies became the largest dine-in concept restaurants in the world, and opening over 3,000 stores around that time as well. The new ownership was to revitalize the chain, as well as to shift to a franchise model for most of the locations. In 2013, the company had an uproar because they fired a waitress who posted online about a rude customer on the receipt. In 2017, Dine & Quinity announced that they would close between 107 to 135 locations of Applebee's. After that, they would better reflect on better deals for the customers, as Applebee's has always been kind of more of an expensive chain than other restaurants. Other restaurants started to provide more discounts and coupons and stuff, and Applebee's started to lower the price on a lot of their products, having $1 cocktails as one of the products. The Applebee's presence in the United States has declined throughout the years, but they still have 1,586 locations as of November of last year. Applebee seems to be a thing of the past, but they're still doing pretty good, as there's still many locations, over 1,000, as I just said, here in the US. So I think they're still doing pretty good. Thanks for watching this video on history of Applebee's.